A warm good morning to principal, HODs, all the staff, office staff, and my dear students. Myself, Rajkumar Patil, a lecturer from Civil Engineering Department. I congratulate all the students for selecting your interesting and favorite branch, and I feel proud to say that our Government Polytechnic Belgaum is a reputed and most genuine college in Karnataka. I think you all are at the right place to make your career bright and with a great success. Today, on behalf of Government Polytechnic Belgavi Principal, I am here to explain you about the Swachh Bharata Abhiyana Ek Kadam Swachhata Ki Or. Swachh Bharata Mission or Clean India Mission is a national level campaign officially launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 2nd October 2014 at Rajghat, New Delhi. So here the contents covered today's session are introduction about the Swachh Bharata Abhiyana, mission, vision and its objectives, then the budget and the finance, from where we'll get the budget and how they are doing the uh, funds allocation, solid waste management, and the challenges and the achievements, the duties and the efficiency of the common man, and how it can be increased, and then the conclusion. So, students, you might be thinking that why the cleanliness and Swachh Bharat Abhiyana is taking to us, why it is to the students. So, someone has rightly said cleanliness is next to the godliness. So, it benefits to the students with the following aspects, as it increases the self respect, it enhances the self confidence of the student, the respect and morality is also one of the best benefit. It also boosts the mental and physical health, and the it also helped in improving your academic performance, and it shows the discipline and punctuality. You can get more success and you can achieve the goal in a beautiful manner. So, Swachh Bharata Abhiyana is a national level campaign and it is inaugurated on 2nd October 2014 at Rajghat, New Delhi, with the purpose of eliminating the open defecation. So, open defecation means open toileting. So, open toileting in our India, almost 56% are doing the open defecation or open toileting they are doing. Some people, the blue one, 18% are doing some open defecation, whereas 26 only the 26% people are having no open defecation, that is they are having or they are using the toilets. So the main aim of Swachh Bharata Abhiyana is to eliminate or to complete this to meet this to a 100%. Then it is provided so that we can protect the degrading environment, and it is one of the best initiative uh, implemented in India, so that we can have totally a clean and hygienic country. So this theme is usually implemented throughout our India. So the before knowing about the Swachh Bharata Abhiyana, we should understand the efforts taken by our farmer leaders and the freedom fighters. as the Champaran Satyagraha is one of the most vital satyagraha in the history of India. So this protest was against the injustice to the tenant farmers during the 19th century or before the independence. So Gandhiji started this satyagraha on 10th April 1916. Then, after 1 or 2 years, again Narendra Modi started this campaign by the name Satyagraha Se Swachhagraha or Satyagraha. So after 100 years, Modi has been. So one leader he has initiated, another leader he has implemented. So previous major projects carried out in Indian system are in the year 1980, that is from Champaran to the Narendra Modi. So after the independence, in the year 1980, they have started Central Rural Sanitation Program. And in the year 1999, again, they have adopted a demand driven approach by the name Total Sanitation Campaign TSC. Again, the improvement is made and later renamed as the Nirmala Bharata Abhiyana in the year 2012. So in this Nirmala Bharata Abhiyana, a financial subsidy was provided to the households for constructing the latrines. To enhance the scheme of the TSA, Total Sanitation Campaign, the government also launched the Nirmala Grama Puraskara, NGP, Nirmala Grama Puraskara, an incentive program that sought to recognize the achievements and the efforts of the Panchayat Raj institutions in encouraging the full sanitation coverage in their Gram Panchayati level. Ultimately, in the broader way, in the year 2014, the Swachh Bharata Abhiyana started. That is, they are divided into phase 1 and phase 2, and it has completed in the year 2019. Next, in the year 2020, that is, we are in 2020 mission. So, Swachh Bharata Mission 2.0, or some people call it 2.0, has been implemented. So, this Swachh Bharata Abhiyana and Swachh Bharata Mission 2.0 is implemented so that throughout the India we can have the open defecation free status, so that in future no visible pickers should be found in the environment or even in a village, so that every household as well as the public or the community institutions using the same technology option for the disposal of the vehicles. So the vision of the Swachh Bharata Abhiyana to ensure the open defecation free behaviors are sustained, to accelerate the efforts to achieve the universal sanitation coverage, and to put focus on the total sanitation. Vision. It is a national wide campaign or Janandalona. It has been implemented considering the total villages, gram panchayats, district places, states, and the union territory in India, and they have declared themselves as open defecation free. The mission was also with a tribute to the Gandhi, a tribute or a compliment to the Gandhi for a cost of 1.96 lakh crore of Indian rupees and the US dollar of 28 billion. So the mission was to implement throughout the India so that no one is left behind. So uniformly it should be applied throughout our countries, and infrastructures of India's cities, towns, urban and rural areas, there also the open defecation should be completely removed. The and safe management of the solid and liquid waste. The mission main objectives are elimination of the open defecation, eradication of the manual scavenging. So manual scavenging is removing manually whatever the waste is there. So usually it is passing through the chambers and connected by the pipeline. Whenever it blocks, so they will remove it manually. So that system has to be completely demolished. So that is the main objective of this one. Nowadays it is almost uh, finished, I can say. And regarding the waste is a bigger challenge nowadays. So whatever the waste is generated, or the day, whatever the day-to-day collection is there, day-to-day waste collection is there, that one has to be minimized by applying the modern and the scientific management methods. Then healthy sanitation practices. So we have to wash the hand, we have to remove or to completely uh, kill the bacteria or the cells, and we have to keep our hand so clean, free from the chemicals. Okay. Then good hygienic habits has to be practiced. So it may be oral hygiene or bathing, hair care, foot hygiene, toileting hygiene, hand hygiene, coughing and sneezing hygiene, and home hygiene. Nowadays, the COVID has been also practiced, or it has the positive impact of the COVID is it has made a sense of the hygiene nowadays and creating the awareness. So the environment education has to be done with some actions and with the attitude so that we can have the better environment in the society. So the next one is the capacity augmentation. Augmentation means increasing the number of users of the toilets. So it may be household level or community level or the public level. We have to increase it. So that is also one of the main objective of this mission. Then the budget and the finances. So who is going to budget for this one and how the finance is utilized throughout the India to complete this mission? So overall of 620 billion of Indian rupees is the projected cost of this web Abhiyana, US dollar of 9 billion. So the government is giving 12,000 rupees for construction of each toilet to a rural family. And here in first phase 90 billion, that is US dollar of 1.3 billion, has been released by the Union Budget of India in the year 2016. So SBM, that is Swachh Bharata Mission Phase 1, it was from the financial year 2014 to 2019, and the Swachh Bharata Abhiyan or Mission 2.0 or 2.0 from the financial year 2020 to 2025. So now we are in the phase 2 or 2.0. So ODF, that is open defecation free status and improvement in the management of solid and the liquid waste. So whatever the waste is generating, whether it should be composted or it can be utilized for the heating purposes or fuel purposes or the for electric generation. So the waste is the major problem and it can be reused or it can be recovered through the heat, fuel and energy. The aim of Swachh Bharata mission. So here the aim of Swachh Bharata mission, it also includes the mission components like the households, community toilets, uh, public toilets and the waste management. So here The aim of this one was to cover the 1.04 crores households and 2,50,000 community toilets, and to provide the public toilets of 2,60,000. So from this household or from the community or from the public, whatever the waste is coming or waste is generating, it has to be managed in an efficient or modern way. So these are the main components of the mission. Along with that, IEC, that is information, education, communication. We have to get the information and we have to educate the people and we have to communicate to the n number of people, and we have to create the public awareness also. So one more thing, capacity building or the augmentation, you can say capacity building and the administrative and the office expenses, A and OE administrative. So you have to maintain it, and whatever the expenditure is there for the maintenance, that one also has to be part of our mission components. So the household toilets, as I already told, the government is paying 12,000 rupees for construction of each toilet in a rural family. So this toilet facility should be provided throughout the India, other than the or no, not making any um, religious or any kind of politics should not be done there. So toilet facility should be provided to all the citizens of India. Then the public toilets. So public toilets are usually provided wherever the floating population is there or where the number of commuters are there. Commuters, the one who is traveling from one place to the other place, and wherever the general public movement is there. So the areas where public toilets can be provided are, you can provide it at the market stations, market places, train stations, that is railway stations, tourist places, and near office complexes. Community toilets. So the area wise we can provide it where the large number of people are at a particular are meeting at a particular places like schools, anganwadis, where the children will be going to the school or the small kids are going to the anganwadi. So nowadays in the school level, how they are doing the community toilet, they are providing it separately for the boys and girls in all the schools. Almost they are covered almost all the parts of the country, and even in the anganwadis they are providing the latrines and bathrooms. So shared facility should be there in the community toilets. So um, only one toilet will be there, the number of users will be more. Whereas in household community, household places, only limited number of people will be using that. The shared facility where more number of people will be used the same or the common facility. So these are usually provided in the low income areas like the slums or the informal settlement is there, or uh, where the poverty is more in that, or they are not able to construct the houses, construct the toilets. So in such areas we are going to provide the community toilets. And one more thing, the where they are not having any place to construct the community toilets, or the land space is the land or the space is not available, so in that areas also we are providing the toilets. So it is more or less used for a user group. Then solid waste management. So in our India, it is having 81,000 urban wards in India, and already 41,000 in 41,000 they are doing door-to-door collections. So door-to-door collection they are doing 41,000 from a 41,000 wards. The main aim is to complete all the wards and collect the day-to-day collections. Then we have to do the waste processing. So before collecting, it is better to educate the people so that they can segregate the waste, dry waste, uh, wet waste, or the plastic separate, glass separate, and dry waste separate. So like that, we have to educate the people so that it will not be hamper the processing system. So the processing, waste processing, that is, waste has to be converted into the compost or the energy. So the composting can be used for the production of the compost can be utilized in a agriculture, or it can be recycled, and it should be consumed in a proper way. Then uh, converting it to the energy, that is the compost to the overall in India 145 compost plants are in operation already, they are working, whereas 200 compost plants are under construction. Then 150 waste to energy cycles. So the energy same we are utilizing, it may be utilizing for the heat or fuel production or the power production. The same waste, whatever the waste is generating, it has to be recycled or reused for the production of heat, fuel, or the power. So out of that, 150 waste to energy projects are under construction throughout the India. Then in the rural areas, as per as possible, we have to keep the villages clean. So almost the solid waste generation in the rural areas is comparatively less. But we have to make all the rural areas garbage free villages. Then we have to manage the solid and the liquid waste separately so that it can be reduced or reused or recycling can be done. So 3R policy has to be used there. 3R means 1R reducing, recycling or reusing, so that you can reduce the burden on the manufacturing plant or treatment plant. Then biggest cleanliness, it is one of the biggest cleanliness movement happened in India. So most of the time, or the other country people, they tell India is a uh, waste dumping site like that. Even the Belgaum is the biggest city, but we don't have any waste management site here. Only we are having uh, Turmari site where we are come. They are generating the compost from that site, and again the whatever the waste is coming, they are just doing the landfilling. But the treatment plant we don't have it as such in a big city like Belgaum. So the states are giving the money. So central union ministry will be releasing the funds to the states. Again, that money will be utilized for building the toilets so that we can have the clean environment and demolish the open defecation, and we can have completely open free status, open uh, ODF, open defecation free state. Okay. Then IEC, that is information, education and communication and the public awareness. So the Ranchi Corporation has started Halla Bol Lungi Code. So the one who is littering or who is doing open toileting, that lungis has to be removed and you have to insult them. So that practice they have implemented. So the effect of that one was the people who got red hand or the who was made shame, after some days the effect was they have constructed their toilet at their home. So that is the effect. So that's why it was very famous, halla bol lungi kol. Then for this information education and communication, the reserve fund is will be kept some amount for that so that you can create the awareness among the people. So yeah, during the implementation of the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, when Narendra Modi called for to implement it throughout the India, almost from all the parts of the India, 3 million people from the different officials, organizers, or the school colleges, and the from the different cities and towns and the rural communities. So 4043 uh, different people were done this abhiyana, or uh, they have helped in that manner. So SBM Gramina and SBM Rural. So Swachh Bharata mission was divided into two categories, that is SBMG and SBMU. So Swachh Bharata Abhiyana Gramina part is financed and viewed by the Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation Department, whereas SBM Urban is financed and overviewed by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So volunteers from the different parts of the country, they require that volunteers are called as the ambassadors of the cleanliness, or the warriors, waste warriors, you can say. So this work, the implementation work, are insulting the people and forcing them to use the toilets, has promoted the plumbing work, indoor plumbing work, and the community approach work. So even in this Swachh Bharata Abhiyana, NGOs, that is non-government organizations, people have also come forward and they have shared their experience, and they have contributed to the nation, and even the waste warriors from the different parts of the country. Swachh Bharata in Abhiyana at our government polytechnic Belagavi. So in our college, the NCC, our staff members, the students also helped to clean our city, to clean our campus, and even NSS camp has constructed some toilets in the Maria village. So that is also one of the best contribution to the Swachh Bharata Abhiyana. Then the challenges for implementation or for execution. So uh, many people criticized for using the toilets because they have been practiced the open defecation system. So many households were threatened, and they invited other people to accept the challenge and join the hands in the abhiyana. So it becomes very difficult, but the leaders has to come forward, and you have to um, motivate them, and you have to join their hands in the abhiyana. So the government is giving the subsidy for construction of the toilets. Even the people are not using it properly. They are taking the subsidy, they are constructing the toilets, but they hesitate to use the toilets. So that is the bad luck of Indians. So nearly 110 million toilets have been constructed between the year 2014 to 2019. So that is the challenge they have accepted, and they have created it. Then this graph shows the state-wise impact during first year and the second year. So in the first year of the implementation, so the green mark is shown as the visible improvement. So our Karnataka is also in that. So I am very proud to say that our Karnataka is also in a green zone, or in a visible improvement zone. That you can say our Karnataka people are very smart and they are very intelligent. So the visible improvement was taken place in the Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, and Punjab and Himachal Pradesh. Then in the second year, so the implementation was taken in Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat, and some parts of the countries. So marginal improvement was shown with the yellow color, and no improvement shown by the red color one. states not covered by the survey. So survey is not done in these areas, as India geographically it is 329 million hectare. So during the second year it was not able to do the all surveys. So milestones achieved. So from 2004 to 2014 only 18% environment improvement was there, or in constructing the toilets or to reduce the open defecation only 18 percentage was there. But from 2014 to up to 2014 to 2020, so 58% the toilets have been constructed and people start using or getting awareness about the environment. So nearly 40% increment is there. So this is the achievement, 40%. And in 60 months, that is from 2014 to 2019, 600 million people have been given access to the use of the toilets. So they have contributed 100 million toilets in 5 years. 100 million toilets in 5 years. So it indicates that 38 toilets per minute have been constructed from 2014 to 2020. Out of that, the Uttarakhand, where 8,000 toilets have been constructed in just 20 days in US Nagar, that is Uttam Singh Nagara near Uttarakhand, and it has recorded in the Limca Book of Records. Then progress and achievements. So total of 107137,951 household toilets have been built after 2014. So open defecation free villages were 603177 and open defecation free district places throughout India are 706 and open defecation free states are 35. So all the people contributed to have the great success in the Swachh Bharata Abhiyan. So, this is the yearly increment 2014 to 2014 to 15, 15 to 16, 17 to 18, like that till 2020. So it has raised gradually, though it has reached to the saturation level. So coming to the Karnataka progress, how it has taken place. So in Karnataka, sanitary coverage of rural in the year 2014 is 35.85%, whereas in 2018 it is 98.34%. The household toilets in rural areas are 42.82 lakhs, whereas in urban areas it is 2.12 lakhs. So that is the great achievement you can say in Karnataka. Then open defecation free districts. So in Karnataka it is 20 open district places are there, open defecation free district, and open defecation free villages are 22,683. Urban local bodies free from the open defecation are 134 villages. So overall India consists of 700,000 villages in India. So out of that, in our Karnataka, 22,683 is the achievement. Swachh Bharata Mission 2.0 focus mainly on the sustaining momentum, lifelong, continuous, without affecting the environment. So that is called the sustaining moment. So the main four pillars of the sustaining or the Swachh Bharata Mission 2.0 are having the sustaining investment on ODF, having the sustaining investment on the open defecation free and PISL sludge management dedicated program. So whatever the waste is generating, that waste has to be managed properly. So in such a way that it should not deposit in between. So that sludge management has to be done, which will ensure that each district will have FSTP, that is fecal sludge treatment plant. So as the sludge is deposited, it forms the hard layer and it will block the chamber, or it will block the pipe. It will choke up the pipe. So that's why for every district place, the fecal sludge treatment plant has to be provided. As such, in Belgaum, we don't have any this type of FSTP plants. Then third pillar of the SPM is plastic waste management by creating a material recovery facility and plastic treatment and management facility in each Gram Panchayat. So in every Gram Panchayat, they want to provide the treatment plant. So plastic is a bigger threat in this century. So whatever the garbage is coming, it has to be recovered from that garbage or waste. Then again, the waste material can be landfill, or if the usable material is there, it can be reused, or it can be used for alternative purposes, or it can be recycled to the other form. It has taken to the market or outlets, and finally it can be utilized from the marketplaces. Again it goes to the households. So like that, it is one cycle. In this cycle, the recycled material, as far as possible, we have to take it. So here for this one we have to use 3R policy: recycle, reuse and reduce policy, so that we can reduce the burden on the treatment plant. Along with that, zero waste system should be used. Minimum waste should be used there. So minimum waste will be there only when we have the door-to-door collection system and segregated system is mandatory for every household. So then only the waste is going to be reduced, or you can give the particular treatment to that waste. Then the solid and liquid waste management support to the villages for the safe disposal of solid and liquid waste. How the success can be achieved? So through some measures, we can definitely get the success of any implementation of the project. So youths are the very active in social medias. So youths has to help the government to have the great success. Like how? So nowadays social media is very actively usable in transferring the any message. So youths has to help the society or the government in transformation of the any implementation of the project in a positive way. Then working together towards a common goal. So as India is having 700,000 villages throughout, if we all are working together towards a common goal, definitely the success is going to be met. Educating the people for the better future. So we have to educate the people of irrespective of the uh, caste, religion and the political. So we have to educate all the people considering the future, considering the best environment. So we have to educate all the people. So the one who is interested in transforming the knowledge or educating or working towards a common goal should not be from a political background. Awareness of the environment and the effects. So we have to use our energy in creating the healthy environment, and we have to convey the bad effects of the environment to the coming generation. Then talk to the local government officer. So usually the area in charge officer, for him it becomes very difficult to use or track the records of all the factories or all the working bodies in his particular areas. So in that case, if you see some factory or some area is being polluted by some other person, so you can name them, or you can give a letter, you can write a letter to the government, or you can help to the government officials in executing the work or doing any survey work. Industrial pollutions. So after the 19th centuries, many industries have came into existence. So the one who is in charge of that areas will be regularly checking the quality of the pollution. So usually the industry people will be working for um, profit as a motto. They are least bothered about the waste. So usually, or truly speaking, the waste has to be treated properly, and after it reaching to the uh, surface water standards, then only the waste has to be discharged into the environment. So the one who is polluting the environment, if you see anyone, then you have to write a letter, or you can communicate to the higher officers. Staff other people. So the one people who is littering or who is doing the open defecation, immediately you go to them, you talk to them with a politest manner and convince them how about the environment, and how far it is right to blame the government when the people themselves are not right. How this is effective? The same interest we have to show. In case of, so it may be the implementation from the government side or from the public side. So both has to show the same interest uh, in implementing the project or uh, continuing the project. Then unity in diversity. In Kannada we will say ವಿವಿಧತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏಕತೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂದೂ ಜನಾಂಗ, ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಜಾತಿಯ ಜನಾಂಗದವರು, ಬೇರೆ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯದವರು, ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ ಜನರು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ದುಡಿದಾಗ ಒಂದೇ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಯಶಸ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಾಣ್ಬೋದು. Then carry forward. If the project is implemented, then who is going to carry forward this? The youths are the founders for carry forwarding the any implementation of the project or any work. If they carry forward, or if they have taken the uh, initiative to join the hands in implementation or execution of the work, then definitely becomes more effective, more effective. Then uniformity in implementation. So whenever you're implementing the any government plan like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, it should be implemented throughout that particular areas. So it may be ward wise or district wise or state wise or the union wise, or it may be throughout the India. The no one should do the politics in that implementation. Mahatma Gandhi earlier he said very nicely, we should be change we wish to see the in the society. And one more thing, the public participation is very important in the effective implementation of any plan. So public are, are the workers at the root level. So the one who is transferring to that particular implemented area may be the new one, but the people who are working in that particular areas know all the routes or all the possible ways in that. So if you communicate to the public, then it becomes very easy for the newcomer to that area are in implementing or in executing or solving the problems in particular areas. Then healthy environment. So whenever you are implementing the any plan, it should be implemented in such a way that we can have the sustainable environment and a healthy environment. Conclusion, educate the people and uh, show it in a public media and give the wide publicity so that people will get understand any implementation of the plan. Vision should be in such a way that it can have the social welfare of that particular community or that region. Then whenever you are throwing the waste, we have to segregate the waste like dry waste, wet waste, metal waste, plastic waste, and the glass waste, like that, so that we can reduce the impact on the treatment of the any waste. So we have to keep our environment clean and green so that we can have the healthy environment. And the final conclusion is the public participation with uh, implementation of any plan. ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಫಲವಿದೆ. So I think everyone has understood this concept of the Swachh Bharata Abhiyana. Be hygienic, stay safe, and stay at home. Thank you, one and all.